How's it going, everybody? Happy Easter. Hope you all had a great Easter. This is your update video for Gregtech 5.09 branch build 21. This is basically a bug fix update for the 20 build. This one, from what I can see, has most things fixed in it. Everything should be fine for you to update to. So I will update my mod pack with this one in it. First thing is the fluid regulator that he added in the last one. The recipes are supposed to be fixed for him, so now you can make each one. Just need the right pump and the right circuits. So it's nice that that's fixed. There was some missing recipes. I'm not sure what all they were. I know one thing that he fixed was the iron and copper being able to be done in here. Mainly the making wrought iron. It looks like there's more in here than what's really needed, but I'm guessing that's because of the code that he used to take things out. Only put in things that had wrought iron and copper, so all of those are going to be in here. But the main one should be in here for the getting wrought iron from iron in the arc furnace to give you your ability to make steel cheaper. I'm trying to think and look at the same time, and I am so terrible at that. Let's see if I can find it here. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, so I really don't have to find it, but I suggested that one get put back in because that's kind of a progressive thing. You really need to know that you can make wrought iron in there, and same with copper, being able to anneal it in here instead of doing it in here. So they weren't really missing, they were just kind of hidden, and I thought they should have been available, and I guess a few other people did as well. Let's see, change charcoal pit tooltip now, so it'll be a little bit more understandable. No air between the logs allowed. Sides and top must be dirt or grass. Below logs must be bricks. No other blocks can touch the logs. Turn logs into brittle charcoal blocks. I don't see any issue with it. It looks good. Not real sure what he changed on it, but that was supposedly changed. Apparently it was, I know there was, I had a little bit of, I think it was a little hard to understand before, so it looks a lot more understandable now. Let's see, allow multiple inputs in the distillation tower. That way you can have one for oil, one for heavy fuel, one for light fuel, so you don't have to do the twin tower thing that I did on the server. I'm still going to probably do it that way here, just because I kind of like that way of doing it, but I'll look at it again when I actually get one built here. Invert outputs of distillation tower fluids. Light fluids are on top, heavy fluids are on the bottom, which is the way it should be. Oil rebalanced, raised gas fuel values, made heavy oil processing faster and cracking cheaper and outputs more gas. Cracking of light fuel to gas and burning it in multi-block gas turbines should be slightly better than nitro fuel while being more complex. So you can either crack your light fuel into gas and make it natural gas rather than making it nitro fuel, and burn it in a big multi-block turbine, because we don't have multi-block diesel turbines. A lot of us believe that there should be multi-block diesels. If you go to, just about any civil building or hospital, something like that, they all have great big diesel generators outside that are huge, that can cover most of the power of the building if power goes out. And so I don't see why we couldn't have the same type of thing here. It doesn't have to be a turbine. It can just be a huge diesel engine that produces electricity. But, it's, he's the one coding it. If he doesn't want to put it in, he doesn't have to. I have no issue with making, big row of diesel generators, 3 or 4 of them to cover it. But I don't use, that much gas or fuel to run my power. Where other people, I guess, want to be able to use it more. And to me, it makes sense to have it because, he's done all this work to put more use for oil and to make it more of a viable option for power. And so having a big multi-block thing to make ass tons of power out of it would make sense to me. Alright, let's move on. Check damage from hot pipes also with connected sides. That's coding thing. I have no idea. I do know there's one thing that I think is a little borked with them, and I don't know if he's messed with it anytime lately, but I know last time I checked it was murder. And that is if you insulate these pipes that have lava in them, they will still burn you. But if you insulate ones that have steam in them, they don't. Because I can touch these steam pipes all I want and they will not hurt me as long as I put rubber or something like that, sheets on them. But if I try to walk in here and step on this when it has lava in it, it's instant dead. And I think, any fluid in there that's hot should be insulated from it, not just steam. But that's me, not my mod. I just deal with the way the changes are. Let's see. Stop the disassembler from destroying items. That's something I didn't know about, so not really a change for me. Fixed rotor assembler recipes. Let's see. So let's look these up here. I didn't see anything wrong with them when I looked at them. But I didn't look at them that close. Oh, I can see now what the problem is. There's a steel rotor. And this is the same recipe, I think, as the steel fluid container, because it mentions here in a second that the had to change large fluid cells recipe because of a recipe conflict. So let's look through here real quick. There's the one for the steel rotor, and there's the one for the large steel fluid cell. I do believe it was 4 and 1 or 4 and 2, and that made it basically the same thing, and you'd get a mistake. So I guess that's the fix. Fluid extractor, show 1 recipe per material. Apparently this was showing every different type of material you could put in here. All the nuggets, all the parts that you could stick in and do it. And maybe that, well, no, that's not the point, because there's a screw right there. So it can't be all the parts were removed, unless the screw doesn't count. I don't see any of the rods and things like that in here. So maybe screw, well, there's a spring right there. So maybe not all of it got removed, but it certainly looks like a lot of it, because it's only 400, and there could be a lot more in there. They should still work just fine, just they won't show that they're working. Where's my Did I just cook this? I don't have a regular I believe I cooked that and it'll turn into nuggets. You should still be able to do the put in nugget in and it'll extract it thing, which is how I get smaller amounts of alloy in there, soldering alloy. Test that here in just a second when this gets done. And the last one is the arc furnace, showing the iron and copper recipes that I already told you guys about. So stick one of these in here. It still works, still extracts it and puts it in here. So wow, that goes quick. So it still works, it just doesn't show in the recipes that it works. That's it for the update. Now, anybody that cares about what I do in this world for my regular Let's Play stuff, I'm going to show you some things I've done. If you're just here for the update video, update's done. Have a good one. Take it easy. I tore apart my thing here a bit. I left the ore washing, changed out the pipes for these large electrums so they can move stuff in faster. And I changed this over. There's a type filter back here hidden behind all this stuff. It's not going to stay this way because right now it's going to end up getting full. I need to make a buffer for it, but for right now it works. It only puts them out in quantities of 9, sticks them in here, turns them to dust, and then spits them out and brings them up here to this line that I'm going to have running across here, and just put barrels on. This is going to be semi-automated. It's not going to be fully automated. Basically it's going to have little stops along it, kind of like this. Everything that comes through here will go through the ore washing, and the purifieds will come out here. I put a conveyor cover right there with a machine controller that'll pull it down in here, and then that will bring it out to these here. And then I can decide from here where this is going to go. And also by doing that, everything that goes through the ore washer and gets to the purified, then I can choose if I want to put through there or if I want to take it somewhere else. I still haven't decided yet exactly how I'm going to do things that I don't want washed, things that need to go through the chemical bath, but I just wanted to be able to start getting some of that stuff processed a little more. This you might have noticed a little bit while I was out here earlier. I moved this over here, and I did that because I ran this line over from the lava array in there that was coming out to deal with the tree farm, and until Briarios comes back to fix the tree farm, I'm using it this way. I will probably run a second line off to go and feed the tree farm, but for right now this is the way I'm using it. I haven't tested it out that everything is going to work fine because I haven't used the lava array yet. I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to do the power for getting it from here over to there, but for right now that's a temporary fix I did. I also like it because it gets this wire up a little bit higher. I'd still like it to be a little bit higher up. I might put a connector up there to get it out of my face right here, and I still need to do something with the one from the diesel, but I'm still debating on moving the diesel out of the basement there and putting it over there, and if I do, then that'll fix that issue as well. Same with possibly moving this over to the power building. That would get all these wires out of my face up there on the building, and then I could have them all go into one and into here from there. But like I said, I haven't quite decided yet. I don't play here that much right now because I've got so many things in Gregtech 6 that I've been wanting to do, but I kind of miss this world, so figured since I was going to be here for the update video, I would get some stuff done here today. Just emptying this tank so I can start filling it with hydrogen because I'm really running out of the fluid quartz tanks. I need to get me a tank made, a big tank to hold hydrogen, and I haven't got that done yet. I want to put another one up here, kind of like this one here, but I don't think I want to use the open blocks tank. That took a lot of obsidian, a lot of glass for very, very little room. I'm not huge on the railcraft tanks because they take so much iron and so much steel to make them, but I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, is just putting railcraft tanks in here. I wanted to use these silo style tanks, but they're so small on the amount they can hold that I'd have to make, stacks of them. And with as many different fluids as I'm going and gases that I'm going to end up holding, I don't really think it's that viable of an option. I really wish you could make them in bigger sizes, or that it was as big as a silo, so it could hold, like twice as much as what it does. 512 is not very much for one of those tanks to hold. Now, if you're playing in a world without Gregtech, 512 is, probably plenty for most. But when you're playing with something like Gregtech, 512 is not much of anything. And especially when you have things like thermal expansion, where you can make a resonant portable tank that holds the same amount. That's one block that'll hold the same amount as what that big old multi-block tank out there will hold. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that yet, but I definitely want to get something done with it. And this is the way I've been emptying my oxygen cells into the thing for right now. I haven't gotten me a extractor yet to extract the fluids out hooked up and empty my cells. When I moved in here, I really wanted to do a lot more automation type things, but I am so absolutely terrible with automating crap that it almost got me to the point where I didn't want to play here, because I felt that since that's what I had wanted to do, that's what I had to do, and it kind of, burnt me out on it, because I'm not the type of person that automates everything. And so I think I'm going to give in a little bit on what I wanted to do, and that way I can get back in here and get back to just enjoying playing rather than doing things I don't want to do. I love the challenge of trying to automate some things, but I think the biggest thing I was trying to do was that ore processing thing, which is huge to try to automate with all those different machines. That's a very big automation setup, and it was just more than what I should have attempted at the time. So should see some more videos coming out of here soon. I'm not going to say they're going to come back all the time, because I'm still having a lot of fun with Gregtech 6 and Rotary Craft, and still really big on wanting to get caught up to kind of where the change logs are for Gregtech and get all the different machines tried out and things like that. But still might, once a week or so, come in here and make a video, if nothing else, just to show you what I'm doing, and might play here a little bit, just to, because I haven't really even been in this world since we started Gregtech, other than to do these update videos. I think I've been in here maybe once or twice, and that was it. But I really miss this world. I really like it. Love the buildings that everybody's made for me. So that's about it for today. Take it easy. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.